G'day guys and welcome to another one of my Digimon ReArise videos. So this might be one of the first instances of an absolute global shaft. As predicted, the global side, when they get this next step up banner, it's going to be slightly different to the JP side and pretty much not in the best way possible. In this video, we're going to have a quick chat about the Bancho Leo and Bancho Lillymon step up banner and make a decision if it's worth summoning for and give you some quick reviews of the Digimon in the banner as well. As always, credit to Chordos2 for all the images and translations. So on the JP side, Bancho Lillymon was the guaranteed featured from the step up. So you spent your whatever 700 on JP, 500 whatever it is on global. And you got Bancho Lillymon guaranteed, and Bancho Leomon was the sub-featured Digimon. Global has flipped that around. You are guaranteed to pull Bancho Leomon if you complete all the steps, and Bancho Lillymon is the unfeatured Digimon in the banner. That might sound good, but Bancho Lillymon is one of, if not the best defensive support Digimon in the game. Like, absolutely insane. Still meta has been for months, like really, really good. Bancho Leomon is also good as well, but people will be hunting Bancho Lillymon more than Bancho Leomon. I can guarantee it pretty much. Like, Bancho Lillymon is an absolute beast. Let's have a quick look at the Digimon. So the guaranteed Digimon is the Bancho Leomon. Great HP, pretty good power, defense, low speed. His main skill, 362 random enemies 3 times, so multi-hit 1 target at a time, 4 times crit multiplier, and a 25% power stack. Really hard hitting. 4 times crit multiplier is pretty good, and multi-hit as well, plus that power stacking. Sub-skill, single target, minus 65% to defense, plus 60% to purple allies defense. This minus 65 to single enemies defense is really good for Clash Battle. I think that's the highest defense reduction that you can get. I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's up there anyway. 65% is massive. Finally, his passive skill is 60% to all allies crit rate forever. So as long as he's on the field, all of your allies have 60% increased crit rate. He also does double damage to red and blue enemies and targets them easier. And finally, he reduces purple allies' next 2 skills by 75% cooldown. Pretty ridiculous. He also has crit and HP on his plugins. Pretty good. Like, there's a lot going on there. He's got the offensive support and his own offense, plus a little bit of defensive support as well. He's a really solid Digimon. Now, the true gem in this banner, and I feel sorry for the people who slept on this Digimon when they came to JP, because people weren't really sure of the impact that this Digimon was going to have. Bancho Lillymon, great HP, meh, tech, good defense, and really low speed. So stats aren't blowing me away, but have a look at this. Firstly, main skill, 4 enemies, 50% chance to shock. Nothing crazy there. Sub skill, this is where it gets super juicy. Restores 30% of all allies' HP, clears poison, burn, error, and sudden death on all enemies, and gives all allies 1 stack of evasion. That's crazy. A way to clear fade easily, a way to clear poison, burn, and error, so all your damage over times, and recover HP, and give everyone a stack of evasion is absolutely bonkers. On top of that, she has a revive, a guaranteed revive once, 40% to all allies power damage resistance and tech damage resistance as long as she's on the field, and her cooldowns get reduced twice by 70%. Absolutely crazy. That 70% cooldown means you can spam this refresh, you can get more evasion, you can clear fade, you can clear damage over time. You can keep healing up. The revive means it's not easy to take her out. And this 40% damage and tech resistance makes your team super tanky. Like, the best defensive support in the game, I reckon. Like, crazy good. Tech and block and defense and HP. So defensive plugins as well. And overall, really good Digimon for a lot of game modes. So let's give some tiers to these Digimon. Let's start with the Bancho Leomon. Let's start with Clash Battle. So in Clash Battle, I'm going to give this guy S+ tier. I'm not even kidding. This guy is amazing in Clash Battle. Single target, huge defense reduction, power stacking, crit multiplier, multi-hit, plus crit rate, type damage, cooldown reduction. He literally has everything you want in a good power type Clash Battle Digimon. Pair him with something like ReArise Anniversary or BanchoLeomon X, and you are going to be having a good time. So S+ in Clash Battle. In the Underworld Dungeon, I'm going to give him A tier. I don't think he's top tier in the Underworld Dungeon simply because of his single target skill. He doesn't hit that many enemies. He hits hard, but doesn't bring much to the team in terms of the Underworld Dungeon. And finally, PvP. If you build a team properly around this guy, he can be really, really good. I'm gonna give him S- tier for PvP. That single target skill, lack of way for him to get around evasion, no status, kind of holds him back a little bit, but he can just be a passive bot. If you pair him with BanchoLeomon again or ReArise Anniversary, with that crit and that defense reduction and that cooldown, you're going to be having a pretty good time. Longevity for Bancho Leomon, I'm going to give him A+ for longevity. Probably borderline S, because he's always going to be really good in the Clash Battle. Other than that, he might fall off just a little bit. Alright, moving on to Bancho Lillymon now. In the Clash Battle, this is probably her weakest area. I'm going to give it A tier. She can be useful in some specific Clash Battles where they're spamming burn a lot or you're having trouble keeping alive. Other than that, nothing too ridiculous in Clash Battle. Underworld Dungeon, S+. The cooldown reduction, the removal of those status effects, most status effects, the damage resistances, really, really good. And on top of that, the revive, which means it's really hard to take her out. S+ in Underworld Dungeon. PvP, S+. Amazing defensive support. Shuts down a lot of Digimon, like teams are relying on Fade or teams relying on Burn or Error. Bancho Lillymon pretty much shuts that down straight away, so really good. And longevity, I'm going to say S+ as well. You'll be using this Digimon for a long, long time after you, if you pull her, because she's really, really good. Hey, that's it from me, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. Will you summon on this step up? And more importantly, will you go for Bancho Lillymon, or are you going to get your Leomon and tap out from there? It's a little bit of a curveball, but I think we'll be alright. I know a lot of people are still going to go in pretty hard to get the Bancho Lily. I'll definitely be summoning. I'm going to go in a little bit for the Bancho Lily. I love Bancho Lily, one of my favorite Digimon in the game, so we'll see how we go there. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!